Everybody, let's take 5 minutes out of our day and meditate on God's Word together. Jesus told us you cannot serve God and money. But what do you do about the things you need in life, the necessities, the stuff we're supposed to have and that we need to live? Well, Jesus says, don't worry about it. In Matthew 6, verse 25, he says, "Therefore I tell you, do not be anxious about your life, what you will eat or what you will drink, nor about your body, what you will put on. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothing? Look at the birds of the air. They neither sow nor reap nor gather into barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not of more value than they? And which of you, by being anxious, can add a single hour to his span of life? And why are you anxious about clothing? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. Yet I tell you, even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these." Now, there are two types of worry. One is good and one is bad. There's a sense in which we should be somewhat concerned about the things of life. We shouldn't be aloof. We shouldn't be irresponsible. We shouldn't have a Pollyannish view of life and just not work and take care of the things we need to. But Jesus isn't talking about that. He's talking about the other kind of worry that really is centered on a lack of trust in God. My children every day ask me, "What's for dinner?" Typically right after they lay down their breakfast fork, "What's for lunch? What's for dinner?" They have never asked me, "Are we having dinner?" They know that mom and dad will provide for them and give them what they need for life. And Jesus wants us to come to God with that same expectant hope that he'll provide for us. In fact, in this section, Jesus gives us 4 reasons we should not worry. The first reason is life is more than stuff. He says, "Is not life more than food and the body more than clothing?" What he means is if God gave you life, he'll give you the little things you need for life. The one who made us wants us to enjoy life. He wants us to enjoy him. So he'll give us the things we need to live and do that. God will not give us he doesn't promise us our greeds, but he does promise he will give you your needs. Sometimes our worries are over the confusion we have. We think our greeds are our needs, but they're not. Okay, the second reason Jesus gives is the birds don't worry. You can't say worries for the birds because birds don't worry. Now, when he says they neither sow nor reap nor gather into barns, he doesn't mean they don't work, because they do work. Birds don't worry, neither should you. That's the point. Every day, birds get up and they hunt for worms. They're looking for bugs to eat, and they're every day building a nest and taking care of their little ones. But they don't hoard. That's what he means by gathering and putting into barns. They're not planning for the future in the sense that they hoard things up thinking maybe tomorrow we won't have this. They don't hoard and gather those things because they fear they won't have them. They know the next day they'll get up and do the same thing, and God will provide for them. Okay, the third reason is by worrying, you cannot lengthen your life. Which of you, by being anxious, can add a single hour to his span of life? Worry will not add anything to your life. If anything, worry takes away from your life. Anxiety won't solve the problem, whatever it is. Whatever you're worrying about, anxiety won't solve it. It'll make you miserable as you deal with it. That's all worry will do. There's a quote I love from Thomas à Kempis. He says, "It is vanity to wish for long life and to care little about a life well spent." And that's what Jesus means here. By worrying, if you're 40, worrying isn't going to take you to 50. If you're 50, worrying will not take you to 60. Other things do that, many of which you have no control over. You just trust God to give you every day, and he will. The fourth reason is flowers have what they need. He says consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. Now, birds work, but the flowers don't. And again, the point is God takes care of them. He's focusing on divine care. You have a God who cares you, looking out for you and giving you what you need. So just like mothers just love and take delight in dressing up their kids, dressing up their little ones, God has the same delight in adorning you. He takes care of you You're of more value than birds. You're of more value than flowers. So trust in God's promises. Trust in his care. Now, Jesus will have more to say about worry. We'll talk about that next time we take 5. I'll see you then.